Welcome back to yet another video. Today we're going to be talking about the 2023 recession and whether construction can survive.
As the UK heads into the recession, or into recession right now, builders say they are grappling with high costs and a decline in consumer demand. The sector comprises 7% of the nation's economy. Insolvencies, though, among construction companies are approaching a 13-year high.
Construction is always the first industry to die when a recession hits, but something is a little bit different this time around. In 2023, now we're kind of entering the first half of January, and everyone is looking at each other thinking, when are we going to be hit hard by this? Because at the moment, construction seems to be booming. Now, whilst the construction industry might be booming, it's really important to remember that there's always a lag with construction. So you don't want to be led into that false sense of security this year. There's going to be a lot of projects like HS2, motorway network upgrades, and big city centre builds that are already in the pipeline of getting built. And that is going to continue. They're not just going to stop a project overnight. That would be impossible to do, and something that the government would do everything in its way to avoid, basically. So that's great if you're on a big project, if you're a freelance engineer, project manager, anyone in labour. If you're on a project, stick with it, because most likely that is going to continue over the next couple of years and is going to be a little bit of a safeguard for you. But where does that leave us business owners or us small freelancers who have a few amount of clients that are in different industries and are not specifically on big projects? Well, we just don't know, to be honest with you. We just have to kind of wait it out and see what is around the corner. But here at PQS, we've been through a recession before, and so we'd like to share some of our top tips which might help you weather the storm. I keep saying storm like there's actually going to be a storm. Without further ado, here's the top tips. Number one, diversify. If you have stuck to your guns with a service that you supply within the industry or certain trade, it might be worth diversifying so that you have different skill sets to offer different people, and when things tighten up, you have more to give. Next up is build strong relationships. I think this one is really important for any business, going into a recession or not going into a recession. Building business relationships is key. If you're going through a tough time and you have good relationships, 9 times out of 10, those people are going to support you. If you don't know people as well, or you have treated people poorly in the past, then they're most likely to let you go on a project. And that is when your business is going to... It's a bit dramatic, but yeah, it's going to nosedive. Next one is a hard one. Oh yes, cash flow. Nobody likes to talk about cash flow. But we are very bad at this in the construction industry. Personally, I know, because I've waited a long time for money to arrive. If you're a small business and you're working on, say, 60 or 90 days payment, maybe this year it's time to try and reel that in. Maybe look at giving your customers or your clients a bit of a rebate or a discount if they pay on time. But cash is king and cash flow is king. So nail down on your accounts and getting that cash in. Okay, this one is equally as important, and that is staying up to date with industry trends and looking at technology and how that can help you save money. What a lot of companies tend to do during a recession is kind of forget about the future, forget about technology, and go back to what they know. And then when we come out of the recession, they're already going to be behind those people that have adapted and moved forward. And nobody wants to be in a position of being behind when things start to go again. But also technology can really help you in saving money. We have discussed on these videos about machine control and how if you have machine control on site, it can save you a huge amount of money. So that might be something that you look into. If you're in the world of, say, muck shifting or on a general like housing construction project, but don't discount technology. Keep your ear to the ground, see what's happening in the industry and adapt. And finally, have a contingency plan. This is hard, especially when you've been working in an industry that has been growing so well over the last kind of 10 years, but look at other options. If business was to slow down overnight, you need to be looking at what you can do to diversify and look into maybe different types of projects, or even providing different types of services. It's a tough one, but it's something that you might want to think about. Diversify your revenue streams. All right, so there are our top tips. We hope that the impending storm doesn't arrive, but it seems like it is on the horizon. And we'd like to know what kind of tips you guys have got for weathering a recession, whether you've been through one before or whether you're new to business and you're worried about the next couple of years. Go ahead, write down in the comments section. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll be back soon with another video. Hopefully a little bit more uplifting this time.